Dearest gentle reader, seems this column's favorite second son was whisked to the countryside this week, seemingly concluding the search for his mystery lady.
You certain we've not met?
How could we have, sir? I am only a maid.
Hearts across Mayfair are surely shattered indeed. This author hopes that in his retreat, our reveler will find whatever it is he truly seeks. Only time will tell.
From Providence, Rhode Island, welcome to Bridgerton with Mary and Blake. It's a podcast dedicated to Bridgerton on Netflix, so sit back, relax, and let's get ready to spill the tea. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Mary Larson.
My name is Blake. And Mary... It's nothing better than a glove scene, but I got to tell you, I'm a little frustrated by the fact that the Bridgertons didn't look in the freaking glove.
It's not that Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
I mean...
Come on. Like, we got to do better than that.
Any mom would know to look inside a glove. That's the thing. Moms put their names inside clothes. That's who does it.
That's true. That's fair.
Would you know to look inside someone's clothes?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I
Probably
would.
because I've labeled the heck out of our kids'
That's
stuff.
true. No, I just feel like...
Everything but socks.
Well,
I even label our kids' shoes.
That's
I do. Our dance
true.
shoes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even like theater shoes.
Well, the dance shoes are important because they got 40 million shoes everywhere for all the different kids.
And then theater shoes.
Yep.
I'm like, label that up, buddy.
Yep, absolutely.
Jackets.
Yep, 100%.
You know what's crazy is that still I find my kids' stuff in Lost and Found. And I'm like, which person picked this up and didn't see the big Sharpie? I label our basketballs.
That's true.
I'm like, who doesn't see Larson written all over these things and just says, you know what, this belongs in a Lost and Found.
There was
found.
There was one
it is?
time that we bought our kids a Gryffindor scarf. And you labeled the scarf.
Yeah, on the yellow part, on the
but
golden
you
part.
drew it on the yellow part, like on the actual fabric.
Yeah, then you can see it.
And
Larson.
I was like, what are you doing?
I've got 2 kids with ADHD, man.
I know.
They lose their stuff all the time.
But you ruined the scarf.
I didn't ruin it. Because you want to know what happened?
Yeah.
We found that scarf.
Oh, my God. I
love
was
it.
like, the labeling has gone too far at this point.
I've labeled my kids at events. Right on them with my phone number when they were little. Remember I used to do that?
Yeah.
It found. Call Mary.
That's so true. Oh, my God. I forgot about that.
So, yes, this is how you know that a guy found this scarf. A guy who's never been a parent before. Because if Mama Bridgerton found that scarf, if heck, Daphne found this scarf. Because you know Daphne's at an age where kids need labeled stuff.
Sure.
Okay? There would have been a little like, let's look inside. See if there's a Sharpie. See if maybe there's a little labeling inside.
The problem is
It's
Daphne
Benedict.
right now. Daphne right now is in witness protection program.
God, I am so upset. Daphne's not going to show up.
No, there's no chance that
Which
she
is
shows
so
up.
un-Daphne's character. That can be my bad for this whole season.
Right.
Anti-Daphne's character, let's be real. Okay,
I know.
there's our banter, Blake.
There's our banter. Yeah, that's fine. Let's
Label
go.
your gloves, friends. Label your gloves.
All right. Oh, okay.
So we want to remind everybody to hit that subscribe button on the podcast. You can find us on social media. Just search Mary and Blake. You'll find us there.
And of course,
Blake, read the script.
You know what?
Read the script, Blake. You even color-coded it for me.
I did color code
It's in
it.
blue. Blue for Blake.
Oh my God.
This is how you know you've been out of it, man. I'm ready to go. I've got my coffee. You don't even know what your sound effect is.
I can't find it.
What are you trying to find? I'm Ron Burgundy?
No, I'm trying.
You trying to find that
Neither.
one? What are you trying to find?
It.
Blake.
It's not even
What sound
searching
effect?
properly. I can't.
What sound effect are you even trying to
Hold
find
on.
to showcase your failure that you can't read a script?
I can't find it.
Shame?
No.
It's right there. Shame. Shame. Blake.
Oh.
What are you trying to find?
I'm trying to find.
Oh my God, listeners. We're going to have to edit this out.
I don't know why it
Blake,
won't. I don't know why
You
it
were
won't
just
do it.
making raw things wrong.
There we go. Found it.
What is
How
it?
to tell
Yeah.
when the hosts aren't listening.
Oh my God.
You want to know what it was? I had it on the wrong.
That's okay, Blake. All right. So as I said, everybody, you can find us on social media. Just search Mary and Blake.
We're gonna have to make it so that you just do the CTA
I'm
because I wasn't
surprised.
paying attention.
Yeah, I know. Okay, it's your turn, Blake.
You know, just for the sake of posterity.
I just
How
said
to
again
tell when the hosts
Find us
aren't
on
listening.
social media. Just search Mary and
Hey,
Blake.
go to maryandblake.com to find all the podcasts and vlogs.
We also have a Facebook group. Just search Mary and Blake.
If you want to become a member at jointhenerdclan.com and help support Mary and I.
Oh my God. They need to buy you a coffee. All right. How about this? I'm just going to take over.
jointhenerdclan.com.
Let's get into the show.
Oh,
I'm just going to
man.
grab the reins.
why the hell did I do?
Let's get into
Why
the
the
show.
heck? Why did I just color code it the way that I just did?
Let's
I have
go.
no idea. Here we go.
Into the show. Mini plot recap. Okay, Benedict loves to doodle, 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 doo. He doodle doos the lady in silver. He can't stop. He's obsessed. He can't let her go. Then we get a really cool rewind of Sophie's side of the night, which I friggin' loved.
Yep.
All the mask stuff, the Penwood tension. And then her besties saying, girl, treat yourself. Treat yourself. Go out. Let's
Treat
do
yourself.
this. She has some good friends, man. Benedict ends up at Penwood House. Thank you, glove. And Sophie sees him through the crack in the door, which is so sad. The glove is, of course, the big clue. Araminta starts connecting the dots. And she's like super suspicious. She's all sorts of sus, as the kids would say. And on top of it, the queen, later Danbury, and Brimsley. Oh, Brimsley. Those scenes, they're just tough, man.
Oh,
They're super
I know.
tough. Some of the best stuff in the episode actually happens with those characters as well. All right, Blake, give us the episode deets.
All right. This one,
You ready?
I'm still
You
thrown
ready for
off.
it? It's not blue. You just have it in black, so
I
I know
know.
it's throwing you off.
All right, this one is entitled Time Transfixed. It was directed by Jafar Mahmood, and the writer was Atia Squire. Jafar Mahmood.
Wow. Blake.
Wow. I am just a mess. Wow. Okay. Yes. This is the first episode that he has directed for Bridgerton and Atia Squire. She has also written season 3, episode 5, episode TikTok, and she is also a show producer. So she actually has some real say in what's going on here. All right, Marvin, your cups of tea rating. How many cups of tea are you giving this episode?
I'm going to give this episode 4.7.
Wow, that is high.
I liked it.
That's okay. All right, fair enough. Got a particular reason why, or
We're gonna
like
talk
what's the
about
one
it.
thing that jumps out to you? That it's a 4.7.
I'm just loving it. It's dramatic.
All right,
All
fair
the
enough.
drama.
I'm gonna give this one a 4. I liked it better than the premiere.
Okay.
Well, it's right around the premiere.
Okay.
There's some really good things here, and I think that there are some really bad things.
Oh.
And we'll go from there. But
Okay.
you're GBG, you're good, you're bad, and you're great.
My good for this episode is the rewinding. I just loved that feature. I love being able to see the other side of the coin for this episode. I just think that was super duper cool. My bad for the episode is actually Lord Penwood. What a dick. Okay? Sophie's dad. I'm laying it out there. You marry a friggin' woman and don't say you have a kid.
Good point.
You just friggin' marry her. Oh, yeah, I love you so much. Cool, you got kids? Yeah, there you go, man.
Yeah,
okay, she already has kids. It's not like you're marrying like a 21-year-old who's brand new and has never been a parent. You're literally marrying someone who you know has kids, your kid's age, You're rich. She needs to get married. It's not like she's going to change her mind just because you have a kid too. It's pretty. What the heck, man?
I have an honest question.
What?
Why is she so mad?
Why is she so mad that he has a kid?
Yeah.
Because he didn't tell. First off, because it's an illegitimate one, okay?
Yeah,
it's
but
not like his regular daughter, so that's shame. We need some shame button on that.
yeah, but it ain't shame on her.
No, it's lots of levels of shame. Because first off, keep your pee-pee in your pants, sir. Okay, if it's an illegitimate because you had a wife, and then like, come on, what are we doing?
Okay.
All right, so just keep your pee-pee in your pants.
Mhm.
That's why you have an illegitimate child.
Zip it up, baby.
Zip it up, baby. So now you also have to worry, as the new Lady Penwood, is he gonna go put his pee-pee somewhere else? Okay, what are we doing? Okay,
Well,
we already know
he seemed pretty.
you're already a hoe, Lord Penwood. That's what this tells us.
Fair.
You're a cheating hoe.
Mhm.
You suck, and you didn't tell me about this kid. No,
So are you telling me that Lady Penwood is a No Scrubs fan?
She's a no scrubs. Oh my God. She married this guy thinking he loved her, thinking he was honest and true. And he obviously is already a cheater. Cheaters don't change. Okay. He's already a cheater.
Okay.
And he had a kid and didn't tell her until he friggin' introduces her. So she can't even have the real reaction she wants to have because she's not Mary Larson. If that were me, I'd be like, oh, hell no. No. No.
Nope.
No, thank you.
That would not
I would
work
be
well.
like, now that I'm lady, you're kicked out of this house. You little
Wait,
liar.
you would kick the kid out?
No, I'd kick him out.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
That's why she's mad. She's mad at him.
Yep.
She's mad at him, but she can't show she's mad at him because he's got the money
Mm-hmm.
and he was all like kissy kissy. But that's really what this is. This is the thing, okay? That whole like, what? Yeah, exactly. You know, like in Jurassic Park when they say, God creates dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Man creates dinosaurs. Dinosaurs kill men. Women inherit the earth. I'm telling you, if women inherited the earth, there'd be a lot less problems. This guy fooling around, that's why Lady Penwood's so mad. It's because of him. It's because of him.
Yep.
When
absolutely.
she goes to therapy one day and they're going to say, did you really hate Sophie? She's going to say, no, I actually really hated my husband. So that's my bad.
Yeah.
Pee-pee in your pants, Penwood.
Absolutely.
Pee-pee pants, Penwood. There we go. And then my great is Sophie's besties. What's fun friends? You know, like, girl, you go treat yourself. You're going to go to that ball. We're going to cover for you. I'm going to take care of everything the way you like. You deserve this.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to drive you there. We're going to give you tips. I love it. Love her besties. I love this relationship. I hope it continues. I'm here for the Downton Abbey, you know, under the stairs, all these insight. I really do. I hope that because we're hanging out with Sophie, that means that we will continue to have more time with the servants, because between her, Varley, all of these people, they've got a heck of a lot more personality than friggin' Francesca.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And Hyacinth.
Hyacinth knows all. I
she
will.
does,
I
but she's
absolutely
also
will not
one-dimensional. I
besmirch
can't wait for her to have a little bit more development.
Sure.
Which we know will come. I'm just saying, these servants, they've got loads of layers.
Absolutely.
And they know
I think
that-
it's an interesting dynamic that they've created with the downstairs folk. And I think clearly we're going to get some more out of them. So is that your full GBG?
Yep.
All right. My GBG is this. First, the good is that edit, that opening edit with
The rewind.
the rewind, but also seeing Benedict's, let's say it, like obsession, really, that he keeps he's transfixed, as the title episode says. And it really works. It really works because it's doing all the storytelling unto itself. Now, normally, I'm not a big, like, all right, rewind and show me the thing again, and rewind again and show me the thing again. But as we all know, I'm a huge Flash guy. Okay, give me Flash. And this was Flash, but in a good way, because we were able to tell, not only are we going to get Sophie's story, but we're literally rewinding back to the moment, so we get some more context about how Sophie ended up there. And is it a little, like, extra? Sure, it's a little extra, but sometimes I like extra. sometimes I like I like the visual element of that. And even though the show has never done that before, I thought the editing was good. And for me, it's the actual story told through the editing of what's happening. So that was really good. My bad.
Uh-oh. Is it Lord P.P. Penwood?
No. Lord P.P. Penwood.
That's what his new name is.
Lord P.P.
Lord P.P. Keep it in your pants, Penwood.
The whole thing with the glove.
What?
Like, how?
What?
How in God's name did Benedict not look? He obsessed with that glove. How does he just like...
He probably just thought it was a label. Like, I don't think Benedict paid attention. Remember how Daphne knew like everyone's family, everyone's
Sure.
crest? Like that was part of her schooling. Maybe that's not part of the guy's schooling because they just think like, whatever, you don't need to worry about that stuff.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
That's what I think it is.
But
I just think
but
that he thinks
even
it's a
if
label.
even if he didn't know it was a family crest, which I'm willing to give him, I feel like that label gives you, it's not like we have it today with, Calvin Klein and J. Crew. Like, that label is there for a reason. You have to be smart enough to know that. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he's not.
Oh, man. So that to me drives me crazy.
No, it's Benedict isn't smart enough to know. He's just not. He thinks he's the man who notices details, and really, he's just a dreamer. He's a dreamer who just kind of like la-di-das around. And, he probably also has ADHD, and that's okay.
Why do you think that?
Because he can't stick with hobbies. He has a hard time doing the boring tasks that he finds boring.
Sure.
He's very creative and artistic and thinks of different solutions. He is the life of a party. Let's be real. He's great getting to chat with people. He loves, chatting it up and doesn't feel like he fits in. People who have ADHD often feel like they don't fit in. Yeah. So I'm giving him some neurodivergent get out of jail free pass on that one.
Okay, fair enough. All right. But
should he have had the foresight to be like, Mom?
Or just somebody. Like, take the thing and be like, what is this?
You know what I'm glad he didn't do?
What?
Is make people try it on like a true Cinderella.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, your hand's too big. You got chubby fingers.
Chubby fingers. Chubby fingers over here.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be funny? Like a true Cinderella. Okay, so your bad is the glove that Benedict, God bless him,
Yes,
didn't know any better.
Come on, dude. And
Anthony would have known.
Yeah, Anthony
would have looked at it right away.
Would have known.
Yeah.
That 1,000. That's his ball game right there.
Why didn't? Let's be real. Benedict was banging a dressmaker who would put labels inside things.
Right. So, like, how does he not? Oh my God.
Because he's a doofus. He's a sweet,
he's
precious
definitely
little
a doofus. He is definitely a doofus.
Yeah. Love him. Doofus. Not going to save the world with that one.
We were watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh my God. He would have been a Guardian of the Galaxy.
He absolutely
if he was in the Avengers, he would have been one of the Guardians.
And there's a line in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 when Gamora's talking to Star-Lord and Mantis, and she's like, hey, Bug and Doofus, get over here.
Yeah. Love you, Benedict, but
you're
not
a
the
doofus.
Brightest bulb in the bunch.
Oh, I totally agree. All right, my great is...
His slogan is like, live, love, laugh. That's Benedict.
Of course. He has those wooden, like the things that you buy at Target that just says live, love, laugh.
Exactly.
He has the notebook and the planner that says it.
Yeah, his favorite song is Don't Worry About a Thing, Every Little Thing, It's Gonna Be All Right.
Oh, man.
His
planner doesn't have anything in it because he's just
a spare. He's a spare. He doesn't even need to be a spare anymore.
Kill the spare.
Yeah. He's like the spare.
You're a wizard, Harry.
There you go. So give him a break about the glove, Blake.
All right, fine.
He's precious.
My great is the fact that I think this story works so well when it's told through Sophie's lens. When it's about Benedict and he's like doing his search and whatever.
He's a doofus and she's brilliant.
Well, it's not that. It's just like there's more nuance to what Sophie is going through and the pressure of it. And when can I say something? If I can say something. That scene where Alfie is talking to her and she's at the door and like that moment of that push and pull, like, what am I going to do? Do I say the thing? Do I go in there? Do I interrupt this whole process? That pressure really, really works for me. Whereas, like Benedict is like, wee, I'm going to find a girl and nothing matters if I do, nothing matters if I don't. And that's that. The real drama here is in Sophie's perspective. And of course, that scene, I think, to me, was the highlight of the episode. So I really like that door crack moment. I think it is shot well. And I got to give Jafar Mahmood real credit here because the way that he shot this episode, I think, is very different from other directors and how they've approached Bridgerton. A lot of close-ups, a lot of soft focus, a lot of like allowing the faces of the actors to tell the story and stick with people and not go crazy with different cuts, not go crazy with all this different kinds of coverage. It's just shoot the thing, here's the thing, put it on screen. And I really like that. All right, the music used for this episode. You ready for this one?
You bet. This is your girl, T Swift.
Oh, T Swift, baby.
And this is the song Enchanted. This happens pretty early on in the episode. It's when Benedict meets with Posey at Penwood House. And this is when Sophie's watching through the crack in the door.
Yeah.
When Alfie's like, come on. He's looking for you. And she's realizing how nice Benedict is to Posey and is kind of smiling along. This goes along probably with what Sophie's thinking. Like, I'm right here. Don't you feel it? Fans of the show often like T Swift. Many people do, right?
Let's go, baby. I'm all about the T Swift life.
So what's interesting is that they chose it for this episode and not the last episode when we were at the masquerade. They put it at this moment where it's like, you're almost here. Like, had she just opened the door and been like, it's me.
That would have been it. Yeah. No, but the fact that I'm pleased to meet you, all that other stuff, it's speaking directly to the relationship, but the problem is that there's a blocker there. So for me, it works because it's a subversion of what they're actually, like what the song's actually saying. See what I'm saying? And it works so well in this moment. And I'm so glad that they did not put this song in the masquerade.
Yeah. And honestly, this is a gorgeous version. Like, absolutely cinematic with what they did. So big fan. Big fan of this song and the usage of it. And the fact that, like, nothing comes of it.
Right.
She doesn't open the door.
Oh. And it's that promise of what could be if she just took it into her own hands.
Yeah.
But that's the question, Mary.
Because nothing really probably could happen.
Does this make you root for Sophie? Like, does this make you want to reveal herself in this moment? Or is it just like, okay, this is a reality, but I can't because I have to protect myself. I have to
I've been rooting for Sophie the moment I met her, but okay. Sophie is much more grounded and reasonable than me, and then Benedict.
Sure.
And as much as she wants to, her wants don't matter in her life. What she wants hasn't mattered forever.
For a while,
I mean,
at least.
but like even before the new Lady Penwood, like she was still his ward. She was never his legitimate child. Like she's never been able to have what she wants. She's never been able to have love.
Yeah, that's a good thing, and maybe that's why she is not able to make that. Like the way that I look at this is it's all playing in her head, like not the song, but like the moment of her meeting him, and the moment, the reality of the situation is playing in her head as she's making the decision. And for us viewers, this is a good representation of what that looks like in her head. See what I'm saying?
I do.
And I think I'm at a point where she has been, she's been cut down so much, especially since Lady Penwood arrived, that maybe she feels like she doesn't deserve it. And that's why she has to protect herself. Because, when you have someone who's mentally abusing you that way, you start believing that abuse. Trust me, I'm a prime example of what that looks like with my own dad. And trust me, that kind of thing, that where what you're thinking is probably wrong, but you still convince yourself that you're right. I feel like Sophie is 1,000% going through that at this moment. So, but again, this is why this back and forth that we can even talk about right here, Mary, never mind what's actually truly going on in the character's head, the fact that we're able to talk about it in this fashion, it proves that this story is much better in Sophie's POV as opposed to Benedict.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. My last question to you about this is this romantic for you? Like, do you see this as romance?
Yes.
How come?
Because he is searching for her. He's searching for her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's right there. And that is so much. There's a lot more effort and work on his end.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is wonderful. Time has passed and he's still, it's not just like oh yeah, that girl was hot and that was fun, but he's actively looking for her.
Yeah.
And he has no idea she's right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is romantic for me. I'm here for it.
One last call out I want to have about this scene, because I love this scene, was the sound design here and the sound editing here. As she is walking up to the door, there is that subtle heartbeat that keeps playing. Like as she's getting closer to the door, the heartbeat it raises a little bit in volume. Again, flash. Give me flashy all day because it helps tell the story. And I love that moment. We've all been there as we're walking up to something that's good or bad, or like, hey, what's gonna happen? You can hear your heartbeat in your ears as you're going up. Those subtle things that you don't even realize are happening until it's done. I love that. I love that feeling of what that can do for you in terms of the story itself. It just puts you right, again, it puts you right in her perspective, and it was fantastic. All right, what else would you like to talk about for this episode, my darling? Because I know you have a bunch of notes. I seen them, so
Yes, you
let's
have.
go.
I don't know. Like, do you want to go bit by bit and then I can bring in all my little parts?
Yeah, sure. So, all right, let's do this. I kind of want to start off at the end.
Okay.
Because, first of all, you and I talked about it. How in God's name were we supposed to know that Benedict was at one house, and then 3 days later he wakes up on a chair?
Wakes up. Time doesn't pass. We don't see him partying for 3 days.
Yeah, he just
and
wakes
getting
up
into a carriage. He literally goes somewhere to get drunk and then wakes up in a completely different building, town.
Yeah. Are we supposed to believe that somebody picked him up, put him in a carriage, brought him there,
Who
put him on the
drugged
couch?
Benedict, honestly.
Like, how many drugs and how much alcohol did he have to consume to be
Blacked out
for
for days.
2 days?
And
2
he's like,
days.
oh, where are we now? You were in a freaking carriage, man.
Right.
It's been days. You probably had some snacks.
Like, I'm sure there are people that have been to Vegas and done their thing and blacked out for like a couple of days.
That's a
but
Benedict
that's
just
Vegas. Yeah. Like,
That's literally what he
he
just
did a full 8-ball and then he drank a half a handle of vodka.
It blows my mind.
He did some serious damage to himself.
And like one would think that Benedict, after seeing him be a rake and like go all around and do the amount of drinking that he does, that he would have a pretty high tolerance. I don't understand why this choice was made. Why it wasn't like, hey buddy, come with us to this party. Okay, cool. Like, why can't we consciously see him make the decision to travel or see a little bit of the travel? Because it really was so jarring. Because if you see it quickly, you just think like, oh, he partied, and at the same place that he partied, now this is happening to the maids. Like, you're just supposed to, it goes so quickly that if he doesn't have that little conversation, or you don't notice that the entire decorations in the room and the clientele there are completely different, that you might just think like, yep, this was the next day. But no, it is multiple days later.
They did have that moment of the time lapse of the over the city where it was like, okay, sun and then moon.
Yes,
and
time
then
passes, but you don't think that like he's left.
Correct. You think it would be reasonable to assume he's still in the same place.
Correct, because the time passes on the same place. So if there was like time passing and a carriage going, it was just weird.
To me feels a little cheap.
Probably just an editing mistake that they had to cut out.
Well, yeah, maybe, or
we're supposed to think he blacked out that long.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I don't know if I buy that. I don't know if I buy that he blacked out for 36 hours. At some point you got to wake up. At some point you got to go pee. And it feels a little cheap. It feels like it was a shortcut in order to get Benedict outside of the city and get Sophie outside, in order to meet Sophie, in order to have them back on the carriage to get back to the city. Right, like they needed something to prevent her from just immediately leaving. Like they needed something to bring them together and keep them together. So that's why I say it feels a little cheap, because there's a big line or suspension of disbelief there that you have to accept in order to believe that he was just transported, for 3 days. But even then, Mary, even getting past all of that, all right, let's just say that all is equal on that front. The fact that he does not recognize her at this time drives me even more crazy than the stupid glove. The guy has obsessed over her for the past, however, let's just say it's 3 months. Let's just say, whatever, who cares? Maybe it's 6.
It's a lot more, because it's an entire different season. They go from spring with the wisteria to autumn.
Whatever.
He does it for at least half a year.
But sure. Stats are for nerds.
I mean,
all I'm saying is he has obsessed. How many drawings have we seen? How many times has he thought of her lips? Right? How many times has he thought of her voice? How many times has he thought of her touch? How in God's name does he not recognize Sophie at this moment?
A, neurodivergence. He can be tricking himself and saying like, hey, what was I right? That was a short amount of time. Do I really remember her lips? Do I really remember her voice? I will say, though, I draw a line when he's asking people with very dark skin tones. And he's like, what did you wear to the masquerade? And you're like, okay, buddy, if you forgot her voice, if you forgot her touch,
sure,
maybe you forgot a little bit of the shape of her lips. You might know, like, they're decently full. So we're not going to look at super thin or really, really full. But, like, you really think you forgot that much? Where exactly? You've been drawing this person.
Right.
Like, ideally, we'd be sitting here being like, obviously, it was a person of Asian descent. Like, we have, this color eye, like this color skin tone. And that all just goes out the window.
Yeah. But, I kind of buy him asking, hey, so what did you wear at the thing? Like, that's something that I would do. Because, like, you just kind of cut through the crap.
Well, yeah. But, like, what I'm saying is, was he Are we supposed to think that he was that forgetful after drawing all
That
this?
he forgot what she wore?
What color her skin was?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. The
Like-
way that I took it was that he was just asking everybody,
Like
regardless.
you're asking blondes. You're asking people with very deep skin tone, like things that like obviously you would have remembered.
That's fair.
So that's where I'm kind of confused. If you forgot a little bit of the
Well,
lip
maybe she was
size-
wearing a wig. Like who knows?
I don't know, but that just bothered me. I was like, Benedict, I hope these questions aren't real, because you're drawing the flippin' person all the time, and there's like 10 Asian people in your neighborhood. My goodness.
Yeah.
So that's why part of me does wonder, like, was it so quick and fleeting that he has now come to doubt himself, and he redraws the same thing, but wonders, like, is this really what she looked like?
Maybe the drawing is what he's using to keep the memory.
Exactly. That's
of
what I'm
her.
wondering, because I know if I met someone, even if I had a crush on them and it was a wonderful hour or two, and then if half a year goes by, and they were freaking wearing a mask,
Yeah.
that I'd have a little difficulty picking them out.
Sure. Well, let's think about it. And I can kind of relate to this a little bit because I like to consider myself an artist. And, for all of you at jointhenerdclan.com, you get a piece of my artwork every year. So the way that I have always seen like this kind of thing is like, if I am drawing something, it's because I have a passion for it. And it's because I know it and I'm drawing it. And it getting it on paper helps me. That doesn't mean that my drawings are perfect from memory. A lot of the times I have to draw something that I see. But if he is that obsessed, and if he is that fixated on certain parts of her body, like her lips, to me as an artist, that is something that when you see the thing, you should immediately recognize it.
Well, he doesn't.
And I think that's why I'm so bothered by it, because you have done so much to keep this memory alive, and then you're finally presented with it and it just doesn't work. And what do you think is going on in her head? Like, why do you think she does not tell him at this point? Is it because she's been browbeaten so much that she thinks she doesn't deserve it? Like, what? Why?
Yeah, I mean, she's a servant, and she's a nobody in society.
Do you think it hurt her that he didn't recognize her?
Oh my God, so much. And probably not just hurt, but kind of pissed her off. Like, you are like the ton where you can't
Yes.
see me.
Yeah.
And I know you were looking for me.
Right.
But you can't see me. You won't even ask like anything because it's so absurd
Right.
that a servant would be at. Yeah.
So is that why she doesn't say anything at that point
Yeah.
then? Because she's like, well, it kind of pissed me off a little bit.
Pissed me off, but also nothing can come of this.
Well, why couldn't it though?
Because this is the times. It'd be as absurd of me being like, I want to be an astronaut tomorrow
That's fair.
at 43. When like I get motion sick sometimes on roller coasters.
Yeah.
Like, it's just that absurd.
Sure.
That, yeah. I just think that she's if it probably to her that if it was so drastic to him that he could look at her and see her, then it would give her hope
Yeah.
that maybe something can come of this.
And like
But
there
he
is
doesn't.
and there is that slight moment where he's
Yeah,
like, have we
so we
met
met.
before?
Yeah.
And
But it's not like, have we met before because I think you're the lady.
do I know you or something like that?
Silver.
And there's also a part of me that if I wanted to, forgive him for this moment, it would be, again, the guy just woke up after 36 hours of partying. Maybe his judgment isn't all the best, but still, I don't know. I'm not sure if I can support Benedict at this moment in not knowing who she is. Do I find it, however, a little convenient that she just happens to be a servant at the house that Benedict ends up at? But by the way, not in his own volition. He just is just taken there.
Yep.
There's also a line, Mary, that I think like I'm not sure if I don't want to say like creeped out,
Ooh.
but like it was just a line where he said it and I was kind of like, huh.
Which one?
And it was, I was taught to respect maids.
Why would you be creeped out?
No, I wasn't creeped out. Like that's not the right phrasing, but it's almost like a backhanded compliment.
I took it as Violet Bridgerton told these kids, these are human beings.
No,
just
no,
like
no.
yourself.
And I get that. It's just like, doesn't it feel a little
I didn't
like
get
I'm
any
better
ick.
than you?
I didn't get any ick. I took it the opposite way. That
Okay.
I'm not better than you.
Yeah.
That
No, and I see what you're saying, and I get it, but it just made me feel awkward. There you go. There's the word that I'm looking for. It felt awkward.
well, as one of us grew up with maids and one of us did not.
I didn't grow up with maids.
You had.
Well, actually, technically,
Yes, you did. 3
Technically.
times a week.
that.
See? Yes, very
All
different
right,
life.
this is going to be
So-
really. It was twice a week, not 3 times a week. Twice a week.
Thanks, Blake.
So,
So-
yeah, that's true.
So now they're in this carriage, and he's telling her, I'll make sure to find you a new job.
Yes.
She was willing to walk all that way. And I did love that he was... Benedict does have a good inside moral compass of,
Yes.
you know, looking out for people and wanting people to be seen and cared for. So I'm really, really happy that he was able to be there and do that. That to me, all of that was very much in line
Yes.
with honestly any of the Bridgerton boys, but
Sure.
particularly Benedict. I feel like Benedict,
I feel like he's the most approachable and the
yes.
most down to earth.
yes, completely.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
I'm grateful and excited about that. And I love Sophie. I mean, she's just got such a great, strong head on her shoulders. She does not take crap from everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, even the very beginning, when they've lost this mask, supposedly, that she has to make, she, holding a meat cleaver, says, pray for me that I do not commit murder this evening.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then smacks the meat cleaver to cut a ribbon. This lady,
Yep.
I am so excited for this matching.
Absolutely. And when they again, I just want to say it. It's just when they stick with her, it feels better. And
Amazing.
and it feels better because there's real conflict when you start putting all the stuff with Lady Penwood into the mix. When she's putting it together with the shoes, and we're getting that flashback of them bumping into each other, and then
Why did she put on the shoe without any hesitancy? Like, there's not an ounce of Slytherin in this girl. Because if this was you, you would have been like, my fat foot can't fit in it.
That's
Like,
true.
You would have
I'd be
lied
spreading
your
out my
way.
toes.
Yes. As she's putting it in, I'm like, God, this girl is not a Slytherin.
no, she
Like,
is not.
They would have figured it out right away, a way to make it look like their foot couldn't fit in. Put it in diagonal.
Yep.
Been like, oh, my foot isn't as dainty as yours, Lady Penwood. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Sophie is 0% Slytherin.
Oh, before I forget, I just have to say this. When Benedict leaves the house,
Which house?
the Penwood House,
Okay.
and they're and they're looking out the window,
Yep.
and one of the daughters
Posey
smashes.
or Rosamund?
I don't know which one. I think it's Rosamund. She smashes her face on the window.
That's Posey.
Is it Posey?
Yes.
That was one of the funniest things I've seen.
Posey's amazing. She's a great character.
Oh my God. I did not expect it. Like, if it didn't happen, I wouldn't have thought twice about that scene. It just
Yep.
would have been them looking out the window. But the
Yep.
fact that she smashed her face on the window was absolutely perfect. It was everything I needed that I didn't know that I needed.
If Blake could be in the writer's room, that's what he
That's
would add.
exactly what I would
And then we're going to have one of them smash their face. Wow,
just-
Blake.
Oh my God. When it happened, I audibly laughed for 30 seconds. Like I had to pause the episode because I laughed so hard. I'm like, that was just awesome. It just shows everything about that character. Like this sweet, little innocent girl, so interested in Benedict. She's trying to get a better look, and she's not smart enough to see the window.
One thing that you also didn't pick up on until I showed you was one of the maids, Sophie's friend, having like
she
only
didn't have an
half of her
arm.
Yeah, and so I'd even said that to Blake. I was like, "Look at," I said, "It's so interesting. We had someone in a wheelchair. We've had people who use sign language, and I just love how much diversity in different ways is being brought to this series. So I thought that was a really neat thing, and you didn't even notice.
Didn't even know.
Like, and that's how brilliantly, like when they interweave people, whether it's from different, nationalities, different skin tones, different hairstyles, different like ways that they love. All these different things are just interwoven as a normal part of society. There is not a moment of treating that character differently.
Yep.
That would make it stand out, even so much that you didn't notice.
Couldn't even figure it out.
Yeah, and I love that about this show.
And the to build off of that, Mary, the fact that they are including the downstairs aspect of this, as I was watching this episode, all I could think of was that you were Alfie the whole time.
The guy friend of Sophie?
The guy friend of
Now,
Sophie.
why do you think I'm like Alfie?
No, just the way that he would, like, everybody go back and watch this episode and just realize, just like think about Mary every time you see Alfie. And it is the perfect, just the way that he like speaks and the way that he reacts to certain things. I wasn't sure, Mary, because I did tell you this off air, but like, this is what I think. And I asked you to watch it again with you in mind as Alfie. All I could think of was you. Like the way that he proposed certain things and like the way that he was like getting the tea and like,
I mean,
what the one part where where Lady Penwood walks into the room and he runs to behind the changing.
Yes.
The changing.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why. It made me laugh so hard. This episode was funny, man. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised
funny.
you put it so low.
Well, it's because Benedict is so dumb. He's such a doofus that it upset me.
Oh, okay.
It pissed me off. That's what it really is.
This is a whole season of Benedict, so hold on to your butts.
No, I feel like it's gonna be okay.
One of my favorite things that Benedict does is swing time with Eloise.
Yes, I love that they always go back to this motif of the swings.
I hope that even after he's married, when he comes to visit, unlike Daphne,
freaking Daphne,
that he can go have swing time with Eloise.
You're basic.
Seriously. Oh my God. To hell with both of them.
Daphne.
Daphne. You live down the road, Daphne. You don't show up. You suck.
Your cousin.
I just
From
love the
Boston.
swing time.
Yeah, no, it's good. And the fact that they keep going back to this motif, that this is where they can be equal and this is where they can have where they can connect. It's a moment of childhood. It's a moment that they can recognize that this is what we share, both on a personal level, but on a visual storytelling level. It's such a great way. The swings are representative of children and honesty and truth, and when kids are naive enough to just say whatever they want.
It feels so good. I sat in the swing before we had our all this snow and everything. I sat out there, and gosh, if you haven't sat on a swing, friends, and you're having some feelings, pull an Eloise, pull a Benedict, go on a swing. It'll change your day.
You know what I never understood as a kid was when people would do the swing and then they would go really high and they go back and forth. And first of all, they would try to like wrap around the thing. That's bananas.
It's more about the feeling of pulling the swing set up and having that moment of pause.
Yeah, but then when they reach the apogee, they just jump off the swing. They jump off the seat, and you're like 10 feet high, and you're like, wee! Like,
you never understood that?
I never got that. I'm like, what are you doing?
Do you not dream about flying?
Yeah.
Didn't think so.
I don't think so.
That's why you don't do it. Us flying dreamers, we like that.
What?
Yeah, you don't like that feeling.
Oh man, it's just like you could get hurt. Like,
Flyers don't care, man.
Like you're off in
Flyers
the middle
don't
of
fly.
the air, and you're just like
You
your
feel
arms are
weightless for the-
flapping,
Yeah,
and
it's great.
what happens when like you're on a perfectly good swing? Just keep going.
Benedict would fly.
He would totally fly.
Eloise wouldn't.
I don't think. I don't know. I don't know if Eloise would.
I don't think she'd hurt herself like that.
Do you think that? Speaking of all this, they're making a big fuss about Eloise being off the shelf.
Yes.
Or on the shelf,
On the
rather.
shelf.
And
how she has 0 Fs and she is just happy to like be free from the pressure of society.
yeah, there seems to be, at least in my perspective, that Eloise will absolutely meet the person that she's going to meet by the end of this season.
I'm just going to say interesting.
It's like a backdoor next season opener type thing.
I'm just going to say interesting. 'Cause
Okay,
I know,
fair enough. Oh, you know?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've read
okay.
a lot of these books.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
So
Okay.
I'm just going to say interesting and leave it at that.
All right. Well, I got another scribbling prediction, but
Okay.
we'll save that for later.
But I love that she's hanging with people. She's pumped to be on the shelf. She feels so carefree. This is a great version of Eloise. I love that she and Penelope have the freedom to hang now without
Yeah.
all of the animosity that was going on between the two of them. I do need to take a moment, though, speaking about Penelope, that the queen, Julie Andrews' voice is back as Whistledown.
Yes.
And I don't know how I feel about that.
Why?
And I don't know. I just feel like it's weird now that it's like not fun that everyone knows who it is, that it's Penelope. And
That's fair.
I don't know. She's kind of an awkward thing. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes about.
Yeah, but I feel like anytime you get a chance to have Julie Andrews
Oh no, I
do
love
the thing.
Julie Andrews. Don't get me wrong, and I would love for her to say. I'm just saying the fact that Penelope as Whistledown is known by the public, and to keep having to like write these things is pretty awkward.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But the reason I wanted to bring up Penelope is, in addition to being a pirate, is Colin. When Colin is brought up, it says that he is on his monthly brother-in-law foodie trip.
Yeah.
That's where Colin's going to be most of the time, is he's going to be out because once a month he goes with his cheese-loving brother-in-laws for a trip where they eat the entire time.
I'm not going to say no.
Why is not everyone doing this once a month in the Bridgerton family? Colin, he
Wait,
had no
why is not everybody on the planet right now not doing this?
Exactly. But like, I flippin' love that the cheese-loving Featherington boys, husbands, have decided to let Colin in.
Yeah, that's
on the
bromance.
love yes.
That is some serious bromance.
And they have the best flippin' time ever.
Of course they do.
And they just hang and eat. Like, I had no idea Colin was going to enjoy having more brothers. And he's not even the spare.
Right.
So he is.
That's what I'm saying.
so
They're all
freaking
on
chill.
equal footing.
They're all like, let's just go. We've got loads of money.
Yep.
Do you like cheese? I don't know about cheese. Well, I'm going to teach you.
Yep.
We're going to make this a once a month, all you can eat cheese fest.
Absolutely.
No
it's
girls
like hanging
allowed.
out with your buddies. The brother-in-law relationship is a special relationship because they're like your brother, but they're not.
No, but he lucked
So
out.
there's none of the stuff that's baked in with your real brother, right? And you can just do whatever the hell you want. It's like there's the thing there. There's like a brother-in-law code that you have if you're
but
cool with your
most of the
brother-in-law.
brother-in-laws are not cool.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the when you have the real brother-in-law bromance,
Yeah.
it's an awesome thing.
Simon,
I had that.
Simon was not involved at all.
No, because you know what? He's above the brother-in-law bromance. He thinks he's better than the bromance, and that's why I'm out on Simon.
Mm-hmm.
Out on Simon
Agreed.
because he can't. He doesn't mess around with that.
Yeah.
And it's like no. There's a great equalizer here. It's pizza, it's football, and bromance. Those are great equalizers.
Awesome.
one other thing that I want to talk about, Mary, before we get into listener feedback and anything else that you have that you want to talk about. The scene with the Queen and Lady Danbury hits hard. It hits hard. But it only hits hard because we watched Queen Charlotte, the series, to me.
I think it would still hit hard if you didn't watch Queen Charlotte, because we have been with Lady Danbury for so long.
Yeah.
And but yes, the layer of Queen Charlotte, understanding how young of a bride Agatha was and how she hasn't been home, and the sad life that she had to have while she was with her husband at the time, and then obviously the difficulties that Charlotte's going through in her relationship and how truly lonely she is. That show is able to show us that even the times that the king is there mentally, they're fleeting. So even though he's physically there, she emotionally is alone. Her kids are doofuses for the most part.
And that's the thing, because like from Bridgerton proper, you kind of get the feeling that the Queen, like, it's not that she doesn't love her husband. It's just that, like, he's kind of a pain in the ass to her a little bit.
The Queen?
Yeah.
I don't see that at all.
But,
I see it as very anxiety inducing.
Well, I guess that's what I'm getting at. It's just like there's nothing to connect to there between those two. Which, when you watch Queen Charlotte, the show, you actually do see how there is a connection. You do see the king and the queen at their highest peak, right? And there was indeed something lost at that moment, like as time went along. And you're, I think, able to infer how that transition happened. But at the same time, you're able to see how much the Queen relies on Lady Danbury, and you're able to infer how that relationship grew while the relationship with the king declined. And you can almost see, it's like a sliding scale almost, where as the king declines, she becomes more dependent. The Queen becomes more dependent on Danbury. So when Lady Danbury does say, I need to leave, it's not just that she's losing a friend, it's that she's losing her partner.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
And it's not like she can go with her, because part of me thought, like, how about you come with me for a little bit? We'll have a girls' trip.
Right.
The Queen never wants to leave because at any moment her husband could die.
Absolutely.
So she doesn't have that freedom. She doesn't have that flexibility.
Yep.
Because I really do. I think that could have been an easy solution. Yes, You'll go back to your homeland. I'll come and visit you. It'll be great. Maybe you can come back after a certain amount of time or whatever. But she does not have that freedom to leave her country.
And the other part of it, too, is like, what am I going to do when he's gone? Who am I going to be?
Yes. So sad.
That is very sad, because at that point, then, she won't have her husband. And if Danbury leaves, she won't have her other partner. She won't have that person that she's put her whole life into. And the fact that the episode makes it a point to say the Queen never apologizes. And even if the Queen does something wrong, she doesn't have to apologize for it. And we must say we're sorry, even if she is wrong, because she's the Queen. I love little things like this, where they say one thing and the character comes out and does the opposite, and it helps give you perspective on that character that you otherwise wouldn't have had, or it subverts what you think the character is capable of doing. And the fact that she does come out and say, I'm sorry, to Agatha, I mean, not only is it a huge thing as a queen, but it's even bigger personally. And I also think the stuff with Brimsley works very well, only because we saw Queen Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yes. Definitely.
Like that relationship outside of Bridgerton proper is just queen servant. But when you see Queen Charlotte, the show, and it helps illuminate Brimsley's relationship with her. Oh my God, the fact that he is out there, like he is actually speaking to Agatha as a friend.
Yes.
Like if you go to one of your best friends, like if you have a trio friendship.
But like one of your longest friends.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Not just necessarily a best friend, but someone who's known you through the ups and the downs and your growth, where like you can be real. We both know what is professional and what is not professional and what's allowed in society, but like we get to break through that. It's the people that you grew up with in elementary school, middle school, high school, where it's like, yeah, you've seen me when I had a booger. Like you've seen me through my severe ups and downs. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I think that I love that moment because it is a friend going to a friend. And it's not just, oh, I need to serve my queen. It's, we're friends. This is the person that we love. You need to help her. I thought that was fantastic. What else you got, Mom?
Something that I thought that was fantastic is, aside from Benedict just spending his time drawing and not actually doing his job that Anthony left him to do.
Yeah.
Grow up, man. Grow up. They go from him like really quickly drawing, and you hear all the sketching noises from his pencil.
Yep.
And then it blends to the sound effect of Sophie scrubbing the floors.
Yeah,
like
awesome.
It was the same exact sound, and I just thought that was a really neat transition to use
Such
as
a great
an audible transition.
Yep, love it.
We have Benedict, of course, utilizing the fact that Penelope is his sister to write in Whistledown. And I did think that was cool. I know in the beginning I talked about how I don't know how I'm going to feel about Penelope being known as Whistledown as we go forward, and the difficulties that it's going to bring to the family and to her. But the fact that Benedict's like, hey, why not?
Yeah, and again, Mary, this is something that we talked about in the last episode, which is how Penelope is going to be manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of push and pull, what kind of tension is that going to create?
Mm-hmm.
Because eventually she is going to have to stand up for herself.
Yes.
And something is absolutely going to happen with her as like
has to.
There's no
You
way
can't go through this.
you can't have this dynamic
Agreed.
and have it not be used in the right way or cause conflict.
And then I love that this does cause conflict because Violet, of course, reads it, understands, knows whose it is.
Yeah.
And she talks to Penelope, and she goes up to Benedict and is like, excuse me?
Yeah.
You're going to go use the newspaper, the trash mags,
Yeah.
to go try to find your lady and not even tell me who I am obsessed with the fact that you could maybe get married someday.
Right.
Like
and
that
the fact that she was able to walk into that room and be like, Penelope Bridgerton, like, oh, no, you're going to tell me. You're going to tell me right now. Again, it leads to this dynamic that when Lady Whistledown was anonymous, that never would have happened. Something is going to happen with this.
Yeah.
That is, it ain't going to be good.
How do you feel about Posey telling Benedict about her weird feet hands dream?
What they've done for this character is freaking awesome. The feet turn into hands and hands freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I love between that and smashing her face.
Yeah,
and
Posey might be your favorite.
And how she helps Sophie. Posey is in line as my favorite character this whole season. Absolutely.
Perfect. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Well, let's get into the listener feedback, shall we?
Yep.
Here we go. All right, we're going to start off at jointhenerdclan.com. This one comes from Sarah Smith. By the way, in the listener feedback, I gave two questions. Just 2 prompts, if you will. Did you buy the almost recognition moment between Sophie and Benedict? And is Lady Penwood lying about the will? So Sarah Smith says, absolutely, Lady Penwood is lying. My good, some great writing with dialogue that provided character insight without telling us about the characters. Eloise is exasperated. Do tell me you have asked about her interests when questioning Benedict's knowledge of the lady in silver. Also, the whole Posey and Benedict exchange about her hands for feet dreams is hilarious, but also showing Posey's innocence and whimsy and Benedict's sympathetic response, even in the face of others' derision. The aside note is I also liked the day-night time-lapse sequence when Lady Penwood sent Sophie away. That was something different. On the flip side, my bad is the terrible dialogue in the first flashback scene where all the characters just straight up tell us their wants and desires, etc. Such clunky exposition that didn't sound like natural speech at all. It took me right out of the story, which was a shame because, as mentioned before, the writers here can do dialogue so well. But for my favorite parts did not have anything to do with the romance at all, which is a shame, being Bridgerton, of course. But it was centered around the upstairs-downstairs energy in the Penwood House. Alfie the footman is the best. I really enjoyed the lightness to the story, clear characterization, and his accent, which is, "You know nothing, Jon Snow."
Yes.
Totally agree.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
So good.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, it's also this too.
It's just pooper.
Just poopy.
Yep. On a related note, I also share Mary's worry, is Lady Danbury being written out? But what I thought was great about the handling of the Danbury-Charlotte dynamic was the mirror of the main conflict, exploring the question, how do you maintain genuine relationships when the class and power dynamics of the time dictate society? And that is a fantastic thing to note because Queen Charlotte does say, "You are my subject."
Yep.
She can apologize all she wants. And if the queen apologizes, you better take that apology. But there are certain things that can't be unheard. And in my estimation, there's no way the two can go back now.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? Like, once that unspoken thing is spoken, you can't unhear it.
Yep.
Right? And that feels like it now looms.
Mm-hmm.
It looms heavy over everybody else. All right, why don't you read the next one, Evan?
The next one comes from Jennifer Barrett. She says, okay, so I didn't see your discussion prompts until after I painstakingly wrote down my reactions, so I'm going all Thunderdome on this one. My reading for Time Transfixed is 4.3-ish cups of tea. It's kind of weird to say, but 2 episodes into the season of Bridgerton, my overall feeling is that I want to see less of the Bridgertons themselves and more of everybody else, as evidenced in my GBGs. My good? Sophie getting ready for the ball with her 2 servant colleagues standing in for Cinderella's helper mice. I especially enjoyed the performance of David Morse as Alfie with his delightfully thick Jamie Tardesque accent.
It's just pooper.
I kept hoping he would call something pooping.
It's just pooper.
I love it. My bad. I'm having and have always had trouble getting a read on the character of Benedict Bridgerton. Pardon me. So far, he's been emotionally aloof, portrayed as an amiable but shallow hedonist.
Yep.
Ooh, with, as Hermione Granger would say, the emotional range of a teaspoon.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I swear this season should be called the derpiest Bridgerton. As a viewer, I'm fully convinced that Sophie is worthy of Benedict's attention. However, nothing about Benedict's lackadaisical behavior leads credence to his love at first sight reaction to Sophie, or his obsessive search for her after she flees from the ball. I don't know if it's the writing, the performance, or both, but I just don't buy it based on what we've seen from Benedict this far. But the season is young, so for now I'll give him the benefit of the derp.
Yep.
My great Posey boinking her face against the window. Oh my God, this flat out slayed me. What an exquisitely executed piece of slapstick comedy. Her surprised facial expression was perfectly timed and calibrated. And the fact that no one in the scene really noticed or reacted made it exponentially funnier somehow. As a throwaway comment of clumsy physical comedy, it landed beautifully and might be my favorite thing that's ever happened on Bridgerton. Thanks, Mary and Blake. Love you guys. You're the best.
Absolutely. Oh my God. You can't get any better. You can't get it out. Not only was that a great moment, but that was some great feedback. All right. Becca says, "Dearest, gentle Mary and Blake, I give this episode 4.5 cups of tea. I liked this episode better than episode 1, but there are some issues with some of the storytelling. I liked seeing Sophie's POV, which I think is needed in retelling a Cinderella story to make it original. Lady Penwood is a delicious, wicked stepmother, and I absolutely think she is lying about the will." So I think everybody's in agreement, Mary. This is just me now, but I think everybody's in agreement. Why do you think she's lying about the will?
Money, 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 money.
Yeah, but if maybe she feels like maybe there's something against her in the will.
Against
Penwood? Against Penwood. Like, she doesn't inherit anything. Like, I've taken care of her in life. This all goes to my daughter.
Yeah, maybe.
And because she's treated her daughter like such a D-bag for all this time, maybe she's afraid that that Sophie would put her out on her ass.
Maybe.
Does that make okay? So
I read the book once again.
Oh, good point. All right, Becca.
I love when you ask me because I don't
I know. I
if you're
forget.
just like,
I keep forgetting that you've read the book. All right, Becca continues on by saying, "My good, I really liked the rewind in the beginning, and that was an actual rewind. This is great storytelling because rewind turns the moment into something worth revisiting, not just remembering. Going back to when Sophie chooses to go to the ball shifts the story from fate to agency. Her presence isn't accidental, but it is brave." I totally agree. This is something that isn't just an accident. It's something that she chose. It gives her agency. Absolutely. My bad. I loved the idea of Benedict searching, but the mechanics stretched it for me. Visually, the mask doesn't obscure Sophie's physical stature, the way she moves and the way she brims with joy, as he noticed at the ball. Benedict feels too observant for the uncertainty to last as long as it does. How does he not recognize her? Becca, absolutely. Her great, though, was the opening edit. It did work for her because it doesn't explain Benedict. It observes him. The pacing mirrors where he is right now. Not lost, just unmoored. And the sketching really matters. We haven't seen him draw since season 2, so its return feels like something reopening. His creativity has always tracked his inner life, and here it reads as a quiet reconnection before he fully understands what he is searching for. In Bridgerton, which usually declares stakes immediately, that kind of restraint signals that Benedict Bridgerton's arc is about to be about self-recognition. And her prediction is that she thinks that Queen Charlotte is going to die by season's end, perhaps a broken heart over Lady Danbury leaving. Ooh, interesting. History would say otherwise, but we're in Bridgerton, so it is what it is, man. That's cool. All right, this one comes from these ones come from the Facebook group over at Mary and Blake's Facebook group. This one is from Julie Nadler.
She said, "Without a doubt, venal Lady Penwood is lying about the will. I'm troubled by the inconsistency with Lady Penwood's reaction the moment Sophie's father introduces Sophie as his ward. Lady Penwood's face screws up so unpleasantly, as if she's just eaten something highly distasteful. Both the camera and he are looking directly at that face. How is it that we are supposed to notice it and he's oblivious?"
Good point.
Either he should have not been looking directly at her, or he should have been having some dialogue acknowledging that she's horrified to learn of Sophie's existence, but will power through. It would have made much more sense if the camera didn't show him looking at her, as if he'd continued introducing the next staff members, standing to Sophie's left, while Lady Penwood was transfixed with displeasure. Also, at least some of the servants would have caught that moment because it went on and on.
Here's one thing I will say, as someone who kind of likes to whistle past the graveyard on certain things here, I think that's what might have been going through his brain. Like, okay, this is the thing. Like, we're going to keep going here. Like, I know you're pissed off, but we're just going to keep moving forward.
Yeah, because he didn't tell her.
Right,
like,
exactly.
All of this was on purpose. He thought to himself, oh, shoot, I never told her.
Right.
How am I going to do this? Do I acknowledge it?
Do I say it and then, like, and then talk about it,
Will she
or
hear
do
me?
I?
How about if I say it really quickly?
Yeah, this is my board.
Oh, that's what I'm going to do.
Hey, look at the
Did
time.
she
It's
pick up on it?
lunchtime.
Yes,
Let's
he
go.
knew what he was doing.
Of course he did.
Let's see. Julie also says, is Eloise annoying anyone else this season? She's becoming a caricature of her former self, so completely one-dimensional. We get it. You don't want to debut to meet anyone or to be courted or married. What else you got, girl?
Fair.
I'm not finding her annoying.
I'm willing to see where it takes us.
I'm seeing it as like Eloise has decided to be less anxious. She was a very anxious, bothered, negative, glass half empty kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad she's finding some things that bring her joy, and she just seems to be pretty calm.
Yep.
And I would like that for all of us in our life a little bit.
Fair enough.
Not for always, but, you know. The scene with Brimsley and Lady Danbury was really poignant. His character showed much depth.
Yep.
When Sophie and Lady Penwood have their confrontation, we never get an answer to why Lady Penwood kept Sophie around after Sophie's father's death. I submit that it was to punish and debase her, that Lady Penwood took perverse pleasure in
I don't know. I kind of buy the whole thing of like recognizing that this daughter has got nothing else. And
free labor.
Yeah, it's free labor. But like at that moment, I do feel like it's genuine. Like, I'm going to protect you. Like, don't worry. It's going to be okay. Did you get that at all?
I think that she definitely thought about how am I going to solve this problem in a way that also benefits me. Like she pre-thought it when her husband died. At some point she had to think like, what the heck am I going to do with Sophie?
Yes.
So I don't know.
I think it's an interesting question. I buy it that she does have some emotional attachment to her.
I don't.
But she also she's pragmatic enough to understand that she has to protect her daughter. Daughters.
Yeah, I didn't get any love out of that.
Really?
I just get a good actress.
Oh, okay. Good. Fair enough.
Julie also says, I wish Sophie had gotten a second opinion on the worth of the shoe clips rather than just taking the word of that one merchant. I was right there with you. Honestly, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to go get a second opinion on this, buddy. My absolute favorite scene was between Danbury and the Queen when Danbury went to reluctantly apologize and they argued and Danbury started to leave and then the Queen freaked out and apologized. That was an awesome scene. It broke me when the Queen tearfully said, Agatha, you cannot leave me here all alone. What happens when he dies? And then they embraced as the Queen and I sobbed. Yet another plot oversight occurs when Lord Bridgerton rescues Sophie at the country estate and she just leaves all the possessions. We saw her packing at Lady Penwood's house a couple of scenes ago. She was now under Bridgerton's protection. She wasn't hurriedly fleeing the premises out of necessity. Nobody was chasing her off with a broomstick. He couldn't have accompanied her to get her belongings. That's right.
That's a very good point.
Little doll.
Yep, she had all the things. Yep, absolutely.
And it's not like they converse about it later and come to any conclusion. She just walks off.
Yeah.
Maybe she had them ship them.
That's
FedEx.
A fair point. Or maybe she just has her stuff because she's so transient now. She just has her stuff in one place.
She's like a Hermione Granger little bag, one of those expandable beach arm bags.
All right, this one comes from Maria De Silva. She says she actually agrees with Julie Nadler. I was saying the same thing about her, albeit small bag of possessions too. She has her necklace, but what about the glove? And, just some clothes? But yes, most definitely, Lady Penwood is definitely hiding the will. And Adelia Miller chimes in. She says, I agree about Eloise. A friend of mine has just started watching from season 1. She was raving about how much she loves Eloise. I told her I used to love her too, but this season she's just irritating me. I couldn't quite work out why, except for how many times she said, okay, she said on the shelf, okay, we get it. You have articulated how I feel as well. And we got some voicemails, Marvin. You ready?
Awesome.
All right, here we go.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Lala calling in from Pennsylvania about
Lala.
Bridgerton Season 4, Episode 2. I give this episode 4.4 cups of tea. And a few things I loved about this episode, the flashbacks from Sophie's childhood added so much context without her needing to explain herself, which I can appreciate in storytelling. And honestly, I wish we would have gotten this for Kate in Season 2, just so we could have seen it really from her perspective at the time. But my good for this episode, Her Majesty apologizing to Lady Danbury and their hug. I don't know if these two have ever made physical contact up until this scene. And in season 3, there was little to no mention of the king. So I appreciate her acknowledging that in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
My bad, I didn't see the point of Benedict asking Lady Whistledown for help finding Lady in Silver because his mother ended up giving him the answer he was looking for anyways. Regarding this, it felt like the show was forcing Lady Whistledown's involvement in the plot.
That's fair.
My great, Sophie saving her coworker from those 3 men. It added courage, bravery, selflessness, and straight up guts to her character for her to put herself in harm's way to save another. I've been waiting for Benefit season for actual years, and I cannot wait to see the rest of the season.
Thank you, Lala. The only thing I will say is that, I mean, I agree with you. It feels kind of adjacent, the ask about Lady Whistledown, but the only reason why I think they are including it is because they are setting something up. That has to be it,
Okay.
in my opinion. All right, let's get the next one.
Hi, this is Erica. What I'm loving most about this season, especially episode 2, is how close they are staying to the book. Little details have shifted, but this feels like the truest adaptation we've had so far.
Mm-hmm.
The emotional beats, the character motivations, even some of the quieter interactions feel like they're pulled straight from the page. It's such a relief as a book reader to recognize the heart of the story. The tension is unfolding in a way that feels earned and not manufactured. It feels intentional rather than random. This especially captured the sense of longing and restraint that made the book so compelling for me. It really feels like the show is trusting the source material and letting it breathe, and I think it's paying off.
Thanks, Erica. I will say that, I mean, without having read the book, the moment that is left to breathe at the doorway, I mean, I imagine that is in the book, and I imagine that is something that is a big deal to most people. But regardless, again, without having read the book, that scene was allowed to breathe. And I really, really quite liked that. I thought that was a highlight of the episode.
I forget.
That and the girl smashing her face.
That was not.
Oh, that was freaking awesome. All right. Got anything else you want to talk about before we get into predictions?
No.
All right, let's do some predictions. All right, I got a couple. Actually, I got 3 of them. I wrote them all down. You ready? All right, the first one, of course, Lady Penwood is absolutely lying about this will in inheritance. I'm sure we'll get some flashbacks and we will see what happens and why she does. To me, as I said, I think that will has something in it that says I am going to disavow the Lady Penwood or something along those lines where she has either been taken care of in life or whatever. But so she is absolutely lying. My other thing is I think Benedict, yes, there is going to be a certain level of proximity now because he's taking Sophie back to the city, and I'm sure that either she works as a servant in his house or he sets her up with somebody else. But I also think that he will start seeing Sophie in places where he normally shouldn't. Like it's almost like a memory of her, like in the dress. Because this show has never been afraid to play with reality, and it's never been afraid to for example, when they're in what's her name there, Penelope and Colin are dancing on the floor. Oh no, it wasn't. Was it them or was it? I can't remember. With Sharma and
just get to whatever because I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what, Mary? You know what that deserves?
How to tell when the hosts aren't
You know what it
listening.
is? You're talking so many pronouns.
Yeah.
You're like, you know, at the place when they did that thing with those people?
When they were dancing and it just showed the two of them as opposed to all the crowd.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Two of them.
The
but you
show
don't know who
isn't-
it even was.
It's Sharma and what's Anthony?
Anthony.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I understand.
That's-
Sorry. You needed to use a little more words.
Anthony. The show is not afraid to play with reality. And I feel like Benedict will start seeing Sophie, but as the lady in silver with the dress and everything in certain areas, in certain places that he shouldn't be seeing the lady in silver. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I think is going to happen. Also, I think, and this is my big one. This is totally my big one. We got Sophie's mother's story for a reason. The fact that she was a maid and the Lord Peepee asked her to be his mistress. And also, Benedict's buddy says, "Oh, I asked the actress lady to be my mistress." And Benedict says, "Oh, you know, two girls aren't enough for you, or one girl isn't enough for you, whatever." This is absolutely going to happen with Benedict and Sophie. 1000%.
What's going to?
He is going to ask her to be his mistress.
Oh.
1,000,000%. Because she's going to have to make a choice. Do I become the mistress or do I not? Right? Do I do what my mother did in order to be with the person that I love? Or do I reject that and say, no, I will not do that? You know, either Benedict or someone that Benedict sets her up with, and like he'll have to rescue her, right? In this moment. Like either Benedict brings her into the Bridgerton house and he gets set up with somebody else, and then he realizes like over time, oh, I kind of like this girl, and he asks her to be the mistress, or she gets set up with somebody else's house where she gets mistreated and Benedict has to rescue her again and asks her to be the mistress. Like it's one of those two things. It absolutely has to happen. I can't see any other way.
Interesting.
These motifs and these themes keep coming up for a reason. So the show absolutely has to pay off on that aspect. All right. Anything else, Marvin?
Nope.
All right. Let's close out this bad boy, shall we?
We want to thank you all so very much for hanging out and talking about one of our favorite shows, Bridgerton. It's just so fun. It's so fun to be transported and to see the beautiful colors and the amazing music and just to get away from it all for a little bit. So thank you for doing that. And also for those of you who submitted feedback to help make this podcast a lot more interactive, know that you can do that, of course, at maryandblake.com. You click the upper right-hand corner where it says Contact Us. And there is a way that you can submit your voicemail. Just say your name, where you're from, and remember you only have, is it 60 seconds or 90 seconds to be able to, somewhere around there. It warns you.
Oh, yeah. No, I think it's 90 seconds.
Yeah, where you get to leave your feedback, and you can email us at maryandblakemedia@gmail.com. And yeah, we're just grateful for those of you, especially at jointhenerdclan.com.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you. And this is the way that if you want to help this mom and pop shop continue to go on, and we need your support. This is very much PBS. We are not affiliated with a large conglomerate. We do not have the connections that some of these larger podcasts do. So if you want to keep having Bridgerton with Mary and Blake and Outlander and all the things that we are doing all at once, please do consider becoming a member at jointhenerdclan.com, and you have a bunch of different levels, and you will get the benefit of certain things like Blake's book club or artwork from me every year, or even breakdowns of certain movies or knee-jerk reactions to certain shows that we're not podcasting about. But you do get a chance to read our thoughts there as well. So that is that. JoinTheNerdClan.com. Become a member there. Help support Mary and Blake Media. Anything
On
else?
that note, my name is Mary.
My name is Blake.
Go out there and spill some tea.
Brew
Or
some
brew
more
some tea.
There you
Brew
go.
it, then sip it, then
Spill it. Throw it out.
Go for it. Have fun with your tea.